but you are in control of your choice of your reaction. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is heaven on earth. Now, let's start by talking about the fact that life is a dream. We can all agree that we believe that we are more than just this body. Some of us call it a spirit, some of us call it a soul, some of us call it energy, godlike source, whatever it is that you define it as. We are more than just this body, which means that we are more than just this existence. So that means, some level, that life is a dream. And if life is a dream, that means that we can awake from it, become lucid enough to take control. If we want to take control of this life, we often want to create our own version of heaven on earth. Although this is very possible, a lot of us forget to include reality. Now, we are more than this body. We are more than this existence, but we are in this reality. See if you can follow me here. When we start to create our heaven on earth, we may get blinded by the fact that everything is going so well. You see, we may just switch our dream of suffering, the life that we used to know before we realized life was a dream, to just another dream of heaven. Both dreams, whichever way you toss it, we are forgetting reality. Reality is the fact that we will age, that things may not go exactly as planned, that people will still be mean to us. All the things that we try to avoid on a daily basis can still and will still happen to us. We try to avoid it and create our own heaven because we know life is a dream, so we can create our heaven on earth. We can create and control our dream, but we often forget reality. Reality gets left behind, and it's always there. Just because you switched from sadness to joy doesn't leave out the reality of every day. You will still get scared, you will still feel sad. What changes is how you react to these things. Don't try and just switch the dream of suffering and pain to the dream of happiness and joy without being with reality. You have to be with your pain, be with your joy, not be of your joy, if that makes sense. You see, we start to create our own happiness, create our own joy, and we get lost when we still have pain and we still have suffering. It's all about being with whatever is presented. When we figure out and realize that life is a dream, and we start to take control and switch it to the heaven instead of the suffering, we often leave out reality because the joy just seems so good. We both the dream of suffering and both the dream of heaven without reality keeps us as the victim. We are a victim of our sadness, and then we become a victim of our happiness because we are just living and still defining ourselves as happy instead of just being the happy. We are attaching to the happy. We are attaching to the suffering instead of being with both parties. Instead of knowing that both the dream of suffering, the dream of heaven are dreams and they create our reality, we try to live in one instead of the other and let go of the whole idea of reality. We are in control, so we control our happiness. We don't have to suffer. And the list goes on the things that we try to control, but we aren't totally in control. We have the choice on whether to live in the dream of suffering and be a victim of our sadness, or to live in the dream of heaven, be a victim of our happiness, or to just live in reality. Get rid of the dream altogether. Divorce the dream, any dream, whether it's the dream of pain or the dream of heaven, and live and be in reality. Once we learn that life is a dream, we think that by waking up, we take full control. But reality is here. There are laws of the universe that will keep us in alignment. We won't just always have this happy, lucky life, because then we will attach to that. Life is a balance. Life is reality. Whatever is presented is reality. It is how our reaction to that changes. How our reaction to that defines us, defines our growth, helps us get through things. Don't jump ship. Don't go from the dream of suffering to the dream of heaven and still be a victim of both. Get rid of victimizing yourself and be in your reality. Be in whatever happens. Don't claim. You want to stay away from claiming or attaching or identifying with either your pain or your happiness. You want to be with your pain, with your happiness, and be the awareness of both pain, both happiness, with the acknowledgement that life is a dream. That although these emotions are happening, although these situations are occurring, I am in control. I am in control by how I decide to react. I am not the victim of that which happens to me. I don't attach myself to just the happiness. I don't attach myself to just the pain. I don't attach myself to this is a dream. I am life experiencing itself. I am the soul, the spirit, the energy, whatever it is that you believe personally, experiencing itself, experiencing life. And life has a reality. Life has a temporary existence. You can't avoid death. You can't avoid pain. You can't avoid aging. It has its reality. And that reality, all it needs is acceptance. You are in control of your choice of reaction. You may not be in control of reality, but you are in control of your choice of your reaction. So do you want to live in the dream of pain or the dream of heaven and be a victim of these emotions? Be attached to these emotions and only feel them, only feel one with them. In a way, with my eyes. You have the choice. You are in control of that factor. Whether you want to live life in the dream state or with the awakened state, and with reality, with truth, with what is real. Although we may not physically be just this body, we know we're more than this body. We know our life is more than the events that occur and the people that are in it. That's the part that's the dream. Where we wake up is by knowing this, acknowledging this, and choosing to live with it, not by it, and choosing how to react to the fact that we are not just this body, that we are not just these situations, that we are not just the people around us, the society that we live in. We are more. But we are here. Don't forget it. Although you know it is a dream, realize that you are in it. Take that into account. Control that. And have fun. Then you can start playing with the dream. With the dream of pain and the dream of heaven. But you're not attached to the dream. You're playing within the two realms. You're enjoying life. You're living it. You're being with it. You are taking into account reality. At the end of the day, reality is truth. Per your perspective on this reality is your truth.